In the early morning hours Tuesday, the DFL-controlled House passed a broad package on public safety spending. Included in the package, a pair of high-profile gun measures. Reporter Meredith Hackler joins us now with more. Meredith?
Shannon, the House version of the public safety bill passed 70-64 with not much Republican support. The Republican-led Senate passed its version the previous week. The two versions are very different. The biggest difference, a pair of gun provisions that local DFL leaders say is what their constituents want.
I've heard from many of my constituents. I mean, all of the polls that have been done of Minnesotans show that something like 90% of Minnesotans support common sense regulations to limit, gun violence, basically. And I think these fall into that category.
One provision would require a buyer background check for transfers of certain guns, including those among private parties. The other would establish so-called red flag protections that would allow law enforcement and city or county attorneys to petition the courts to remove firearms from people who demonstrate a threat to themselves or others. Senator Warren Limmer of Maple Grove feels the second provision could put police officers in more danger.
Police officers would come to the house after the subject has been given 1 or 2 days notice. And quite honestly, that's a tremendous danger to police officers, because that person is either going to give up his gun, he's going to hide his guns, or he's going to load his guns and wait for the police. And I've talked to a lot of line officers that say this is not a good bill because it puts them at danger.
Senate Republican leaders vow to block the gun provisions, saying they are deal breakers in end-of-session budget negotiations. Senate leaders previously said they would only debate gun provisions if they were part of a standalone bill. Shannon?
All right, thank you, Meredith. This week, the Minnesota House approved a provision that would lift a restriction on assisting voters at polling places. A Brooklyn Center lawmaker brought the measure forward.
This limitation at the polls is still a violation of the Voting Rights Act.
Representative Samantha Vang has been working on this change, and we talked to her about it earlier in the session. Under state law, a voter who needs assistance because they cannot read or write English can get the help of anyone the voter chooses, with certain exceptions. However, no one can help more than 3 people fill out their ballots. Vang's measure would remove that limit. The provision faces an uncertain future, though it would still need to pass in the Senate. In Osseo, authorities are looking into a garage and house fire. Osseo firefighters responded to the fire on 3rd Street Northeast just after 5 p.m. Monday. They found the garage in flames and the fire spreading to the house. The people inside escaped, and fire crews also rescued pets from the house. Authorities are asking anyone with information to contact them. The state fire marshal is also investigating. The Robbinsdale School District will launch a new dual language program in a Brooklyn Center school.
We were looking for something to help to boost the literacy rate of our students, but in addition to that, we did a survey. And the group of students who felt the most disconnected from our school was our Spanish-speaking students. And so we started looking at ways to not only bring the culture forward, but bring it forward so that academics could be supported and to make sure that all feel welcome here at Northport.
Northport Elementary has a large number of Spanish-speaking students. The first phase of the program will start this fall with the kindergarten class getting instruction in Spanish. Eventually, all K through 2nd graders will have the option to be taught in Spanish. As students transition into older grades, they will receive instruction in Spanish 50% of the time. Research shows that students who learn a second language often perform at higher levels.
Part of that comes out of the cognitive benefits, so students who are acquiring a second language and learning to navigate a different culture are better able to process and sort information and develop those critical thinking skills that will also support them in areas of math, in science, in social studies that they otherwise wouldn't have if they were in just a monolingual setting.
Northport Elementary is also a turnaround arts school, and school administrators say that programming will continue as well. From arts to academics to athletics, this week's standout student does it all. Hopkins High School senior Zoe Sachs is also compassionate and caring. Reporter Sonia Goins has her story.
Zoe Sachs is no stranger to hard work. She's in the National Honor Society. Math and science are her favorite subjects. But when she's not hitting the books, she has a favorite way to unwind. Zoe has been playing violin for 12 years. Show tunes are her favorite.
It's nice to have the alternative to all the academics, to have that fun part as well.
Zoe's also on the Hopkins Ultimate Frisbee Club.
I'm a cutter, so I am in the stack and I'm cutting to try and get the disc to help us move towards our end zone.
Protecting the environment is another passion. She's a member of the Earth Club.
We're also working on getting a bee garden into our school, so then that'll help with the pollinators and bee populations as well.
The senior has a big heart for helping others in the community. She's a member of a group called Project Focus. Each month, they volunteer at different places.
We went to ARC, so we helped sort the clothes there for the thrift store.
Dedication and making a difference in the lives of others is what makes Zoe a standout student.
It's just a really nice feeling to know that I'm giving back when I'm able to have this stuff, and then it's nice to know that I'm helping other people get it as well.
Sonia Goins, CCX News.
Zoe will attend Drake University, where she will study either biology or environmental science and minor in music. Are you keeping track of your steps? The Step to It Challenge kicks off on May 1st, and if you need a little bit of inspiration, look to this crystal champion. Naomi Davidson has participated in the Step to It Challenge before, and she's won before too. The challenge is a family-friendly activity that motivates people of all ages and abilities to become more physically active during the month of May. There are awards and prizes, and if you're interested, we've posted information on our website, ccxmedia.org.
We're closing in on the end of the season in one of the under-the-radar spring sports. The Synchronized synchronized swimming team representing Osseo, Maple Grove, and Park Center had its last routines meet of the regular season against Forest Lake Tuesday. The team is holding a water show this Friday at Maple Grove Middle School. Section figures competition is Saturday, May 11th, with the section routines meet Saturday the 18th. The state meet is May 23rd and 24th. Wayzata and Hopkins from our area also have synchronized swim teams. The Robbinsdale-Hopkins Mound West Tonka Robins PI Division adapted softball team won the state tournament last season, and the Robins are off to a good start this spring. Robbinsdale on the road to take on Mounds View, Irondale, Roseville. The Robins strike quickly. Ethan Sullivan with a ground ball to short. Iser Joyner comes in to score to make it 1-0 Robins in the first. Second inning, Sullivan grounds a single to left field for a base hit. Marcus Brady scores. It's 2-0 Robins. The Robins play well defensively also. Sam Rolls at pitcher, making the play on the comebacker and gets out at first base. Leading 7-0 in the fourth inning. It's Joyner with a line drive into right center field, and the ball is bobbled out there. He'll come all the way around to score to give his team an 8-0 lead. He had another run when Vincent Liu hits a line drive into right center for a hit. Madeline Osk able to come home and score on the hit and error in the field. Robins lead 9-0. They go on to beat Mounds View 13-2. They are now 3-1 on the season. Coming off a runner-up finish at state a year ago, the Benilde-St. Margaret's boys lacrosse team has started this season unbeaten and is ranked second in the state. The Red Knights were at home to face the Blake School Tuesday night. First quarter, Benilde's Matt Dowden fights off the defender and zips the shot in for a goal. Second quarter, Jack Van Overbeek with a nice pass. Jackson Leishow finishes for the Knights. Logan Gelling switches hands and scores there. That makes it a 6-1 Benilde lead. Third quarter, Shea Kenny Lenhart spins away from the defender and scores for BSM. Red Knights go on to win 13-4. They are now 4-0 on the season. Co-op athletic teams between local high schools are becoming pretty common. As Jay Wilcox reports, 2 baseball teams in the area have become one this season.
It's been a pretty seamless transition for the players and coaches in the newly paired West Lutheran-Maranatha Christian Academy baseball team.
Well, I like it because we have the weapons from both teams joining together. We have a lot of depth this year, whereas last year we didn't have as much depth, whether it be pitching or hitting.
Besides the chance for more success right away, the development part is key for the future.
The co-op works great for us because now we have the opportunity to develop our players. So before it was everybody was on a varsity team and some of our bottom guys didn't get to see the field much. Now with bringing in another school, we're able to have a JV program so our young kids can really develop and see themselves as varsity players in the next few years. So
the team's home base is West Lutheran, and they're wearing the green and white of the Warriors. West Lutheran's Jeff Huth is the head coach, with former Maranatha head coach Aaron Hedrick as his assistant. Some rainouts have been less than enjoyable, but they make the most of it.
Yeah, we're always ready to play. Every time the game's canceled, it's like people are like, sending the crying emojis. We want to play. We want to win.
The Warriors enter Wednesday with a 4-3 record that includes a win over defending state champ Heritage Christian. It's a team that can hit.
We have a really good lineup. We have a lot of powerful hitters in our lineup, and we can put up a lot of runs. Our pitching is really good too. We've got some depth there that we didn't have last year.
More depth could mean competing for a section title for West Lutheran-Maranatha. Jay Wilcox, CCX Sports.
West Lutheran-Maranatha is at Legacy Christian on Thursday. That's all for sports today. More news after this.